It's only when you start to understand that you can make effective decisions and effective plans. Now, the question is, who is promoting ignorance? Well, those organisations that try to keep things secret, and those organisations which distort true information to make it false or misrepresentative. In this latter category, it is bad media. It really is my opinion that the media in general are so bad, we have to question whether the world wouldn't be better off without them altogether. They're so distortive to how the world actually is, that the result is we see wars and we see corrupt governments continuing on. One of the hopeful things that I've discovered is that nearly every war that has started in the past 50 years has been a result of media lies. The media could have stopped it if they had searched deep enough. If they hadn't reprinted government propaganda, they could have stopped it. But what does that mean? Well, that means basically populations don't like wars. And populations have to be fooled into wars. Populations don't willingly, with open eyes, go into a war. So if we have a good media environment, then we'll also have a peaceful environment.
Julian Assange, thank you very much.
Prison, under house arrest, and almost 5 years here in this embassy without sunlight. My children grew up without them. That is not something that I can forgive. It is not something that I can forget. It's something that I hope will be more than just about me. Because the reality is, detention and extradition without charge has become a feature of the European Union.
One, two, three, four.
Policewoman, when you walk my way with your pepper spray, all I can do is watch your hips sway. So come on now, policewoman in your blue uniform, let me turn you on. Arrest me, arrest me, arrest me. Policewoman, don't you know that I will turn you on with your own baton? I will turn you on with your handcuffs on. Come on, policewoman in your blue uniform, let me turn you on. When you walk my way, all I can do is watch your hips sway. When you walk my way, policewoman.
please talk? Can someone talk to me? Can someone actually just tell me where the US Embassy staff are? No, they're not answering. So the British High Commission are not answering the door to 2 British citizens wanting to ask questions. Pretty shoddy. And it's raining now. 3rd venue today.
And the Swedish episode was just a bogus red herring. The US Constitution protects publishers and journalists. This crime was just to have broken the silence. It provided, shown that we're complicit by failing to speak out against illegal wars and the attacks on this journalist who's actually provided the real truth and the deceit of Western governments. There's no investigative journalism in our lifetime whose equal importance in terms of information he has provided through WikiLeaks. He's called rapacious power to account. He's shown that our governments are supporting 70% of the military, including Saudi Arabia, which has an appalling record in terms of human rights and the treatment of women. It also is attacking on behalf of the United States Yemen, and we know that millions of people are at threat now in Yemen of starvation because they're closing the last port there, which is providing the humanitarian aid. At the same time, the drone execution that we don't really hear of innocent people all through the Middle East and any part of the world. Malcolm Turnbull can remain silent, or he can seize this opportunity and use his government's diplomatic influence to defend the life of an Australian citizen, a really top Australian citizen whose courageous public service is recognised by countless people across the world. He can bring Julian Assange home, and that's what we ask him to do right now.
Thank you. Right, we're gonna take it away now. Bye-bye, Beehive, until the next time. This will be where we come for emergency action. There's been a few people walking past today, taking an interest, which is great. It's just what we want. Some people are like, who's Julian? That astounds me, really, but anyway. Some people are like, we're with her. And I think those people really need to do some more investigation. But anyway, here we are. Free speech, freedom of press. Not 1984, if we can help it.
Hey everyone, hopefully you can hear me just fine. My name is Susie Dawson. I am the president of the Internet Party of New Zealand. I'm a journalist, I'm an activist, and for the last few months, I've been working with some incredible people to put together the Unity for J movement. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Hi, Daniel. Hi, everybody in chat. Okay, so we are all here tonight because we're going to do something totally different and to what we've been doing. So this movement started obviously with, I think we've had now 5 months of really high profile vigils, interviewing amazing people, creating amazing quote graphics and videos and imagery. We have all convalesced on this great Discord server where 2,900 of us have been interacting over the last like 6-7 weeks to try to create online and on the ground actions in support of Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. But what we've decided that we want to do now is to not just be reliant on a chat server, which to be honest can be quite slow and onerous, because quite often we send a message on there, it might be days or weeks before someone actually gets that message and actions it. So we decided that we want to perform activism live in real time online. And we want to bring dozens and hundreds and maybe eventually thousands of people together into these online live working sessions where we can progress all of the different parts of the movement together. And it's basically it's radical transparency to do this in real time on live stream. It means the people who can't be at the working sessions can go back and review them like whenever they want and catch up on everything that's happening and know exactly where we're at. So it should be a lot more open form of communication and hopefully really productive and also quite historic. So let's get to it. So today we have got our Zoom chat open to anybody who is a supporter of this movement. So if you would like to join the Zoom, you're more than welcome to. I posted the link in my YouTube channel, and social media admins are welcome to pick that up and share it on the stream channels as well, being the Facebook streams or the YouTube streams or the Periscope, etc., etc. We have our channel lead. So we have a variety of teams. Actually, look, I can probably show you a visual for this and it might be a bit more meaningful for you guys. So we'll have a little look. Bear with me one sec. Okay, check this out. So let's just pretend we're doing a little presentation here for a moment. I wasn't intending to do this, but it might be helpful to you guys. So this is like a map that we've been putting together of the Discord server and how the Discord teams work. So on the Discord server, we have like what we call the welcome tent, which is the introduce yourself channel and the chat channels and the help channels and the role channels. Then we have the news team, which is like we have a background channel for background about WikiLeaks articles and stuff like that, information. We have a recent news and an urgent news channel. We have a media team, which has like bloggers and journalists and like a response team for coordinating response to mainstream media smears of WikiLeaks, which have been like rolling out on a near day-to-day basis. We have the communications team, which is headed by Mackenzie, and you'll be hearing from her in about an hour. This also has our research teams, our outreach teams. They do like our press releases and all our communications. We have our actions teams, which are working on events and like Unity for J Day. We have our social media team with all our different social media platforms and all of our admins for all the official Unity for J accounts. We have the creative team, which does all the amazing graphics and videos and music that you see pumping out of this movement. We have the tech team, which puts our streams together and builds our website and makes all of our shit work, basically. And we have the translations team, which is translating stuff into dozens of languages. They also run social media accounts in those languages. We have our mods team and our admin team. So what we're doing here with the Zoom tonight is on panel you will see and hear from the leads of each of those teams and the mods of the server. This is the core group that administrates the movement on a day-to-day basis. Then we have the attendees as open, so anyone who wants to come and sit in the Zoom, you're more than welcome to. And just let someone know in the chat channels and they will give you the link. Now, you guys have seen our vigils, and you've probably seen what we call the State of the Movement address streams. And I just want to be really clear that the State of the Movement address is not what we are doing tonight. So in State of the Movement address, we go over we present everything that the movement has achieved in the last week or two since the previous stream. So we'll look at completed work, and then we'll talk about the direction and strategic direction of the movement going forward. So that's not what WikiBees is. What WikiBees is us working on the nitty-gritty. So what you're going to see us do here tonight, we're going to start by doing like an assessment of all of the different parts of the movement and where it's at, like a visual assessment. This is a document I'm actually going to build with you guys in the next like 20 to 30 minutes. And it's going to show us very clearly what areas we need to focus on. And then we're going to create some task lists for each of those areas that need the most, that are highest priority to work on. And then we're going to start working on them together with all these cool people that are here. So bear with us while we get through like the next 30 minutes, and then we'll have some stuff for you guys to do to work with us. In the meantime, if you could let everybody know that we're doing this, that would be really, really fantastic. So please like the stream, share the stream, and just tell everyone this is happening. The stream address is unity4j.com/stream. And of course, I can see Joe's given me an amazing restream chat link, so I can see all your comments across all the platforms. So I just also want to let you know, because this is a working bee, we're basically not going to be addressing anything that's off topic to the actual tasks that we have to do. So all of the conversation tonight is just going to be about working on and progressing the movement. It's not going to be like, different types of content you might see at different events and different streams that we do. So let's start a visual movement map. And I think that the easiest way to do that is probably just simply in a spreadsheet. So bear with me 1 second and I'll open one. So I'll just introduce who's here with us at the moment too. So on panel we have got Bruce. Bruce, you want to say hi? Bruce is one of our live tweeters. Bruce is an old school internet party person. He has pretty much pioneered live tweeting for this movement. A lot of the live tweets you would have seen out of Unity4J, where we have awesome screenshots of the stream and all the different links and everything are coming from Bruce and from our amazing Twitter team. We've got Kathy Bogan, who's been doing a lot of video work for the movement and some images. We've got David S., who does our YouTube stuff and YouTube coordination. We've got Evan, who runs our stream team and does our streams. We've got Joe, who is our tech director. We've got Kitty, who is our head of research. We've also got here with us tonight Fleur, who is head of our scribes team and does all the transcription work. And we have some of our web team guys here as well. And like I said, Mackenzie and some of the others will be joining us soon. Now, I am working in a Mac, but a broken down piece of shit Mac. But it's possible that Kitty or someone who's really amazing with open source online docs will be able to take what I'm doing and convert it into a format that other people will be able to contribute to. But just for the purpose of this first step of mapping the current state of the movement, we can put it in a spreadsheet. I think for me it will just crash, and also there's I don't think I need people working on this first document, but certainly for everything that we generate after this first initial map, then absolutely we should do it in the collaborative document formats, definitely.
Okay, we can try Pirate Pad next time too.
Sweet, that would be awesome. Okay, so hopefully you should be able to see my fresh, clean spreadsheet. And we call it movement map. So what we're going to do now is we're going to map all of the areas of the Discord. And we're just going to assess where it is at. Or maybe not so much the Discord, but just the movement. So we'll simply use like a red, yellow, green, I think, for status. Let's start with social media because it's the easiest. So we have got the @Unity4J Twitter account. Now, if we go and have a look at that, let me just get a browser open. Joe, have you just cottoned on to what I'm doing here? Okay. So if we check out the Unity4J Twitter account, this didn't exist like, what, 4 months ago? And it has got 5,737 followers. It has got, sorry, Safari sucks so badly. I should probably be using a different browser. It has got content pumping out really, really regularly, day in and day out. Like every 5 minutes, we have a different native tweet coming out of the account. We have got restreams of high quality content. Oh, this is why it's crapping out. It's because of the video feed. It is, in my opinion, kick-ass. So it's gaining a lot of followers. It's being really well managed. The content is varied and good. I would give it like basically a 10 out of 10 personally. So we will just, oops, where is the self-fill? I'm showing something the other way. So we will give the Twitter team a hardcore green light for their status. So areas of improvement. Can anybody think of anything about like our Twitter that needs to be improved? I'd like to hear from Tweet Team here. Any of you guys like Bruce or anything? Is there anything about the Twitter that needs attention? Like from my perspective, it's functioning really well.
Hi, Susie. Well, I've always thought that we should spend a lot of time promoting other like independent events. And so, you know, be a very generous movement. So I think certainly we should have some attention to that. Someone always monitoring what else is going on and inviting other people to send events that they're doing. People do that already, but just that's awesome when people do that.
Yeah, we've been actually trying to focus quite a bit on it, on getting the events out there. So
okay, so growth areas would be, how do you want to phrase that? I mean, the coordination is really great amongst the social, like our social media team is really, really strong. How do you want to phrase that feedback, Bruce?
Maybe outreach to independent events.
Okay, in that case, we'll put that on outreach and then we'll push it through all platforms, which will carry across all of the social media rather than just the Twitter. I'm just looking really for Twitter specific stuff at the moment. Okay, so next we move along because we've got obviously a lot to get through. Next, we have a Facebook page. I don't want to even open Facebook on my computer because it is such a slow hunk of crap. I can't stand using it. But I can tell you that I've been looking at the Unity for J Facebook page as recently as today, and I am as happy with it as I am with the Twitter account. Like, yet again, the content is like pumping out regularly. It's all really high quality content. There's a really good mix of content. I don't think there's any issues with it whatsoever. Was there anyone? I think the admins are doing an amazing job. Is there anyone who has any issues or areas of improvement for our Facebook? Guys, everybody listening and participating in chat, please, like, your opinions are really welcome. So go check out the Facebook page and have a look at it and tell me. Actually, Empress, that's really good feedback. Empress has said, Susie, on Twitter improvements, I like having a nice pool of hashtags and @ to tag promotionally and respectfully. That's definitely a growth area for our Twitter account, is lists, Twitter lists. So I'll go back here and I'll put develop comprehensive Twitter lists of accounts to follow, amplify, outreach, campaign. That is definitely an enhancement that we need to work towards. Cara, one of our FB admins in chat. Hi, Cara. Cara, you guys have been doing an amazing job of that Facebook page, and I really appreciate it because I hate Facebook. And I don't want to touch it with a barge pole. So the fact that you guys do such an amazing job of it, I'm really grateful to you. The work is awesome. Hashtags for Facebook. Facebook doesn't really have any list functions or anything like that, does it? So do you think just like making an effort to put cohesive hashtags on each of the Facebook posts might be an area of an area for improvement? Wallets Kimber is asking if we're going to do targeted ads. Wallets Kimber, I think that requires like funding, and that's a whole other discussion because we haven't actually got funding for the movement yet. We haven't been we haven't established funding channels yet for the movement. But if we do get funds and targeted ads, it's reminding me of there's a place called Action Station in New Zealand which does campaign funding for activism and various causes. And I remember when we were doing the movement against the TPP in New Zealand, there was an Action Station campaign that was specifically for to raise funds to have a like aeroplane fly like with a message behind its tail, like stop the TPP or whatever in New Zealand. So perhaps we could do fundraising like that that's specific around an action or an event, like we are raising X amount of money because that will pay for however many billboards. I know World Beyond War does the same thing. They fundraise specifically for advertising. So that's a good one. Actually, does someone want to like be responsible for taking some notes of things that we discussed that aren't yet going in the movement map? Or maybe I can do it at the bottom.
Susie, Susie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's just that I've had some experience recently with trying to do targeted advertising, specifically for the John Pilger film of him talking about Julian in Sydney. And I did it from, wasn't the politics in the pub page, it was my Wikiflix page, which is all about WikiLeaks. And they blocked it. Facebook said that they, could contain defamatory content, and I wrote to them and they said, hostile. Well, that was just an automated message, but when they actually got back to me, they said the reason was because it was political.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. You know, I think the only reason we were able to do sponsored ads for Internet Party was because we're actually standing an election as a registered political party. I think they couldn't stop us doing it, but I have no doubt that they probably would interfere with Unity for J. Brian Crosby, you're asking for more graphics and also saying we should make videos telling the world about Julian's situation. There has been so many graphics, like probably close to 100 Unity for J graphics made. There is amazing infographics about Julian's situation from Somerset Bean at Somerset Bean on Twitter. And also if you check out his website, there's tons of infographics. And we have a lot of videos, and I'm not to discourage us making more, but we have really put together a mountain of that type of content already. If you go to @Unity4J and click on media, you'll see a ton of it. Okay, so let's move on to the other types of social media, of which there is tons, and they are definitely not as well developed as our Twitter and our Facebook. So, oh, and just to let you guys know, here on the Discord server, if you go to this channel, #TwitterFeed, it is like automated. It's like a bot is pulling in all of tweets from key people, key supporters of the movement. So if you're looking for stuff to RT from your Twitter accounts, like right now, I can see Julian Assange account has tweeted #WikiBees working to save Julian Assange in real time. So you could come here and you could click on this tweet, and it's going to take you directly to it, and then you can retweet it. I'm not logged in on Safari, but here it is. Oh, so sorry, they've retweeted Unity for J. So how cool, you can actually see they would have just been doing. Nice. So that Twitter feed channel is actually pretty useful if you want to check it out. There's just so much stuff in there. There's at Greenweaver, Alex, who's one of the Kiwi activists who organised the petition for Julian that's been submitted to New Zealand Parliament requesting asylum for him. You can see her tweets are in there as well. So just go in and check it out. There's just mountains of content, and this is just spitting out stuff all day, every day that's relevant to us. Okay, so we're happy with Twitter, we're happy with Facebook. So next we have Steemit. Now, Steemit, we actually have a pretty great Steemit account because it's being run by V for Vapid. And Vapid is one of the top Steemit, I think he's actually a Steemit witness now, or he's certainly affiliated with the Steemit witnesses. So if we go check out steemit.com/Unity4J, must be /@Unity, yeah, there it is. We can go and have a look at what the state of our Steemit account is, which I suspect is pretty good because it's being run by him. So Steemit's pretty unique. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it actually awards cryptocurrency. Oh, look at this. 2 hours ago on our Steemit blog, join the WikiBees, and it's promoting this very stream that we're doing right now. So go, if you have a Steemit account, go and click here and upvote it by 100%, because eventually that's going to help pay for stuff for the movement. We haven't cashed in any of it at the moment. We've just been accruing it from the previous post. But this is fantastic. Look at this. We have interviews. Oh, look, this is awesome. We've got Unity for J Day stuff. Cool. And we've got where Outer Light has covered stuff about the movement, live streams, the banner drop. Okay, awesome. So back to our movement map we have here now, Steemit. And it also gets a green because it's fantastic. Okay, so what else can we do on Steemit? So I think what we need to do here is coordinate Steemit users for upvotes, because what I see is that we're not getting a lot of Steemit upvotes, but we have got a ton of really great Steemit content. Paul is asking who's speaking now. It's probably me, Susie Dawson. But you might also have heard Kathy Vaughan. Paul is asking, can the WikiBees please announce themselves? That's actually a really good idea. So Evan, go ahead and announce yourself.
I was going to say, so we're using YouTube as far as live streaming on Steemit. Joe set that up. do we want to also use Lino? It's another blockchain where DLive moved to. So it's going to be, they're pretty much in competition. They're the only blockchains that actually have live streaming capabilities built in to the blockchain. So that's just another venue to, go ahead.
My opinion is the more the merrier. Like the more mirrors that we can have, and especially to blockchain, like where we're not going to lose the content if some, you know, asshole corporate comes and wipes out all that stuff. I think like the more the merrier. The more channels we can simultaneously broadcast to, the better. I actually think paying Restream to let us restream to more channels is a good investment.
Okay. Do you want to have someone set that up for the unit?
Sure. Right. Okay. So I'll put it down here. Or other things. New social channels. What was it? It's actually new stream channels, isn't it?
It's DLive. It's a live streaming platform.
We've already got that though. Yeah.
They've transitioned
Lino,
off of they transitioned off of Steam to Lino blockchain.
So it's actually a relocation, or will DLive still work, or it just moves?
Yeah, DLive works. It works. They're on a testnet version of Lino blockchain, and so there's two options. DTube is pretty much the main option for Steam blockchain, and there's another live streaming platform that's being built up. It's still in alpha stage, but that will also be attached to the Steam blockchain. So these are things that people can also try to just follow, see what live streaming or just video content that's connected to any type of blockchain are available, and just keep that growing.
Sounds good to me. I'm also really happy to just have you and Joe like make calls like that, because you guys really know your shit front, back, and sideways, especially when it comes to stream platforms and stuff like that. Whereas I am not even slightly an expert in that. Especially when you're working with people like Vapid, and these guys really know what they're talking about. So I would say you guys just make the calls on that. But generally speaking, I would say like the more platforms, the better, and the more places that our content ends up, the better. That's my personal opinion. Okay, next up is Reddit. So how does that work? Reddit.com/r/Unity4J, is that it? Sweet, looks like it. Now, how's our Reddit going? Submitted 29 days ago. 2 days ago. Oh, okay, we have got stuff. Okay, looks like Elizabeth from Dispendent Media. Okay, so we, somehow I can order this by time, can't I? So it has a bunch of links. It says we only have 2 moderators, so we might need some more moderators there. Okay, so the good news is we have a Reddit, and it has some stuff on it. And it has, well, it's got quite a bit of stuff actually, to be fair, but it's not necessarily movement specific stuff, I don't think. Oh, it's got some of our streams. Okay, to me, it looks like this Reddit needs to grow a lot more. What do you guys think? Unfortunately, Reddit is a platform that I know very, very little about. Okay, Joe, where you're at? I can see you raising your hand.
Joe's asking if you could swap iJoe with Joe so you can talk.
How do I stop him? Joe, what do you want me to do here?
Sorry, I'm
Hey!
Sorry, I was on a computer before without any audio and without any camera, and I'm like, ah! But awesome stuff. Yeah.
So, Joe, what can you tell me about the Reddit? Is that what you're wanting to talk about?
No. I just want to let myself in, but yes, certainly I've been keeping an eye on the Reddit. But yeah, we do need a bit more life in it. If you see in the Discord channel, we're sort of evaporated a bit and got busy on other things. But yeah, we can actively share
Okay, so
a few more
like
Redditors in there, and we can get it moving.
Nice. Okay, so Reddit, we need more Redditors. Is that what we call them, mods, or just mods? More mods. More transition of content from #all-platforms. So if people are wondering what #all-platforms is, it is up here at the top of the social channels on Discord. This is all of the content that has been approved for circulation across the entire movement and all channels. So anything that you see in here, and the reason it appears to be duplicates here is because like this is the Instagram one, this is the Twitter post one, this is the Facebook fan page cover photo, etc., etc. But if you keep scrolling up here, you'll see like this is where press releases, GIFs that have been produced, videos, photos, everything, all the stuff that whoever it was before was saying they want to see more photos and videos and stuff. This is everything that's been produced for the movement that you guys are welcome to share as far and wide as you possibly can across all platforms, which is why we call this channel All Platforms. So when you're looking for stuff that we want, that we want to be circulated the most, you come here and just grab stuff from here and then just go and spread it like all over the internet. There's some really cool stuff in here, as you can see. There's mountains of really, really awesome stuff. And pretty much every day you'll see there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 new things there. Okay, so we need more mods and more transition of content from all platforms to our Reddit to keep it up to date. So what do we give this? A yellow? What do you think?
Yeah.
Help me grade this.
Yeah, yellow.
Yellow or an orange?
Cool. Hey, Benjamin Thomas, jump into Discord if you can and identify yourself. We can certainly use your help on Reddit.
Cool. My advice is that if you're already an active user of these platforms, you already are using them on a near day-to-day basis, that you'd be the right person to join the mod team for it. And also, you'll see that I think the Reddit channel is pretty quiet. Like, again, we have a RSS feed from the Reddit. So you can actually see here all the content for you to post is already just sitting here waiting to be picked up on, basically. So you can come to, it's a lot of the work's done for you. Now, a lot of this stuff also is not relevant to JA for me. Sorry, to Unity for J. But you need to just go through and see what is good and what could be shared and what should be uploaded and whatnot, and just be discerning about it. But this is the equivalent of the Twitter feed channel, is this Reddit RSS channel. So you see the Reddit here is pretty quiet. Yeah, it's really quiet. So it had a bit, I guess it's never really had a lot of activity, this channel. So definitely we need more Redditors. And so actually I'm going to give it an orange because it looks pretty unpopulated to me. So YouTubers. Now, what is it that we're wanting to do with YouTube? We're wanting people to make YouTube videos, to do streams about the movement, right? Or are we wanting them to mirror content, or both, Joe?
Oh, all of the above. As I get told all the time, YouTube is one word. Must fix that.
Sorry, I'm going to have to put up with my bad grammar. What's up, Kathy?
Yeah, I was just going to ask a question. I've got a couple of YouTube channels. So one thing that I've been doing is just creating playlists from the Unity for J stuff and then adding them, onto the front page of my YouTube channel so people can pick up the Unity for J stuff there. I mean, it's fairly selective,
but... That's such a great idea. That's such a great idea.
Certainly, one thing we're keen on is getting you to subscribe to our content so that every time we go live and things, you know about it. So pick a platform now, I suppose. If you're on Twitter, get on the Periscope and subscribe. It'll pop up every time we go live. Facebook, YouTube, you name it. But yeah, get connected with the content we're pushing out and share it around. Especially with the new YouTube features, the ability to essentially message. You can send a video message to people using the app and the system. You can share it with your friends. Essentially, just spread it far and wide. We're trying to make smaller videos as well, so it's not a 3-hour thing you're trying to share with something. So there's a lot of short form content there as well. So especially some of our teaser videos and stuff, it's fantastic content to share with your friends and just post it around. So if you're working with YouTube, yeah, check out what we've got on our channel. It's youtube.com/c/Unity4J, or just search Unity for J, you'll find it. And get into it.
Those are all amazing suggestions, and I've just tried to encapsulate them here. But I'm just wondering, can people actually see this? Is it too small, the text? Do you want me to zoom in?
You can make it slightly bigger, but it's about right.
Paula says there is so much great content in the Unity for J channel, but they wish there was a way to navigate it better. I completely agree with you, Paula. And another conversation that we've been having is about, and actually one of our guys, Propaganda, has been working on this recently. Propaganda, not propaganda. That's the titling. And the titling, like I noticed when I looked up some of Catherine Austin Fitt's videos or William Binney's videos that have hundreds of thousands of views, the titles are like, I'm just making this up, but this is a similar concept. It's like, Bill Binney tells us about freedom for mankind, right? And they'll have hundreds of thousands of views. But then we'll have a Unity for J video that will be 18 full interview, such and such interviewed by such and such, 18th of the 6th of 2018, blah, 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 blah. It's like we have all of this. It's like we're cataloging our videos and our titles. We're not actually promoting them. And I feel like
catalog skills.
Yeah, and well, the thing is,
making sure every video is precisely describing. I uploaded many of those early ones, so you can blame me for the boring titles. But it's fantastic to have Propaganda and the team getting in there and making it cool.
One thing that I found, this is from running the Politics in the Pub YouTube channel, is if you stick to one identifying item in the title of every video, that brings you up to the top of the search list if people are looking for that particular thing. So you search for Politics in the Pub and we're right up the top because I put that in every title. That's long, but Unity for J is not long. So
I noticed also that that we have millions of people around the world are already searching on WikiLeaks and Julian Assange's name. What do they type in when they're looking for videos about WikiLeaks? They'll type WikiLeaks. So our titles need to have WikiLeaks in the title. It should be Daniel Ellsberg on WikiLeaks and Julian Assange, or on Freedom for Julian Assange. This should be the title, not Daniel Ellsberg interviewed by Susie Dawson on 26th of August, blah, 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 blah. Who cares who's interviewing Daniel Ellsberg? People care that it's Daniel Ellsberg, and they care about what he's saying. So I feel that we really need to market our content a lot better in that way. There was a great example too with one of the Kim.com appearances on Unity for J, where it's just exactly the same thing, where Kim did like a great big lecture about the deep state, and JA account, I think, actually then tweeted out, you know, like his video with us got whatever, however many thousand views, but then somebody went and made a like basically reformatted version or re-edited version of that video, and they called it like Kim.com exposes the deep state, and it's like 100 and something thousand views in 2 days, just because it was like Kim.com deep state in the title, rather than Kim.com interviewed by blah 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 on UD4J stream blah 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 day. So yeah, it's a good marketing lesson there.
Well, you were saying, Susie, the exception being where it's two famous people, you know, interviewing each other, when we've got the round robin thing for the vigil happening, and you have maybe Chris Hedges talking to Daniel Ellsberg.
That's totally acceptable. I think, yeah, then it's totally acceptable. But I just feel like people that are watching the Daniel Ellsberg video aren't watching it because I'm interviewing him. So no. I feel, and then the title needs to be about the content and not about the event. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
I don't even think we need the words like online vigil blah 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 in there. I feel like those aren't the points. Like the points is like the big profile name and what they're talking about, and Julian Assange and WikiLeaks should be in those titles. Like I'm convinced of that fact, and that's something that we haven't been doing so far. So I'm going to give YouTube yellow. I'm going to give YouTube a yellow because we do have mountains of amazing content in there, but we do need to better present the content that we do have, and maybe that's what I just put there. Right, okay, moving along. So, Tumblr. Now, I know we actually have a Tumblr, right? Does anyone know what the link to our Tumblr is?
Tumblr.com/unity4j. Try it out.
Do we actually have one? I'm not sure that we ever
Tumblr, unity4j.tumblr.com. Yeah.
Okay, so you've searched a hashtag on Unity4J, but do we have an actual page for it? Now we have a Tumblr team. So how many people are on a Tumblr team? This is the question.
Just scroll down on the right. Oh, no, whatever.
Somewhere here, members. Tumblr. Where do I search by role? Oh, here we go. Display role.
Who's doing remodeling?
Okay, so yeah, can someone mute themselves, please? Whoever is that sounds coming from.
It might be Kathy.
Oh, sorry.
In theory, we have 26 people who use Tumblr, but I don't believe we even have a Tumblr account. So I think that we're going to save ourselves some time and just put a big fat red on Tumblr. Need account plus mods. Now, Joe, is that you typing? You're typing like a power tool.
No, that's not me.
Okay. So you guys, are you getting like where we're going with this? So we need people who can put their hands up and say, yes, I can like put together a kick-ass Unity4J Tumblr page that will be so awesome that everyone will want to tweet the links out and everything because it's so great. And there will be all the content sitting there ready for you to upload as well. It's not even like you have to work out what content to put on. You just simply go back to that, where is it? All platforms channel. I'm a victim of my own scrolling too fast. So you go back to all platforms and you can literally you could do a whole history of the movement in Tumblr just by scrolling to the top of the all platforms and then just chronologically sharing like all the way down all of the content, you would have a Tumblr page with thousands of entries in it, like in a matter of days. Right. Google Plus. I have definitely never seen our Google Plus page, but I do think we have one, don't we? Joe, do you know anything about this? Us having a plus unity for J?
Oh,
you would have to.
Can't remember.
You would have to, when you get a YouTube channel, you automatically get a Google Plus, and it's on the
yeah. So it may exist. Yeah.
There's a link. There's a G on the top of the page on the right-hand side. If you click on that, you'll get to the Google Plus.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly, we're a brand. So yes, we have all those abilities.
The other thing is that anything that you post on your YouTube channel automatically gets posted on your Google Plus. So we are populated there already. I haven't looked myself, but that's the way it works.
Okay. Yeah, this is yet another platform that I personally don't use. So if there are people who do use it and who are interested in helping us with that, please, by all means, put your hands up.
People will just need to be able to log in to be able to post there, though.
Okay, Brian, so I'm just going to mention something. Brian Crosby, this is like more off-topic stuff. So in the future, don't be like surprised if I just ignore it. But I'm just going to make exactly one comment about WikiLeaks appointing a new editor since you've raised it. But any other comments from you tonight, I'd really like to be about the work that we're doing, please. Like, if you want to talk to us at other times about other stuff, that's fine. Kristen Rasmussen, who's been appointed the new editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks, has been working with WikiLeaks since basically the beginning. If you know anything about WikiLeaks, you would know like who he is, because he has been like WikiLeaks spokesperson for 6 years. He's been a close personal like best friend of Julian, trusted friend of Julian for a very, very long time. So saying that you have like that you're scared, the shit has been scared out of you by it, like really just type his name in Google or any web search any web engine, search engine, you're going to work out in 2 seconds flat that he's a totally legit, awesome journalist who is a trusted member of WikiLeaks and has always been. So it's nothing to be scared about or concerned about. Now, sorry, Kathy, what were you saying?
Oh, well, earlier on, I was just saying that to post on the Google Plus page, you'd need to have the login, which is the same one as you do for Google and your YouTube channel. So
okay, so we wouldn't want that, but it seems here that someone's able to post on a community because they've actually linked to posts and labeled them, and it says please join or share if you have Google Plus and have the time. So
yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
we do have like a Google Plus communities page. Yeah, Unity for J, Google Plus. Here we go. Oh wow, look, we actually have quite a bit of stuff on it. But how recent is it? 7 weeks.
Just on the topic of Kristen Rafson as well. Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah. On the topic of Kristen is an award-winning journalist. He's won Journalist of the Year. I've spoken to Kristen directly in London, and he's a very, very kind man, and he's totally committed to Julian as well and WikiLeaks. So yeah, no, he's one of the OGs, as Mark Sloboda would say, one of the earliest.
Completely agree with that. Everybody who is close to WikiLeaks is thrilled by Kristen taking on that position.
Yes.
Now, this looks like somebody did a mountain of really great work on it. From what I can tell, there is like tons of movement stuff, but nothing over the last 7 weeks. So, G-Man 420i is still on our server. Is not on our server. Now, why is that? There's been some really suspicious things going on like with our Discord, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole at this time. So that person did fantastic, phenomenal, awesome work, but now we need more people to come and pick up where they left off. So if you do use Google+, then please come and pick it up. So I was going to give it a red, but I'm not. I'm going to give it an orange because it looks like it could be quite easily updated or resurrected by somebody who can pick up. Yeah, I need mods to pick up where it left off. 7 weeks old. Okay, Gab. Gab, I've got to be honest, I've never used it in my entire life. Never seen it, never logged into it. But we have an account, right, Joe?
Someone was asking earlier, do we have like a Mastodon feed? And but yeah, so if you're into the alternate Twitters, then certainly we're here for you. We do have a presence on Gab and all the rest of the syndicated tweets.
Do we have links to all these socials on our website? We don't, do we?
No, we've got a few of them, but not all of them. That's probably something to add to the website. In fact,
all socials.
If I think we've got a few people in the lobby from our web team that can who's been working on the new version of our website.
Look, there are some very good people posting stuff. Gadfly M, whoever you are, you're a hero. Very impressed. Patricia Negron, also very good. John W. Rudolph, this is all good stuff. Look at this. Miriam, great job. Wow. So Gab actually gets a green light. I feel like quite guilty that I've never seen this. Oh my God,
you live on Twitter.
I'm on it. I don't even know. It's true, I so do. I so do live on Twitter. Wow, there is so much. Look at this awesome stuff. I haven't even seen this before. Let's see if this awesome person, Gadfly. Gadfly, you are awesome. Our Gab is awesome. I'm sorry, I never saw it till now. Other honorable mentions. All these other people who are always posting on here.
But yeah, the key there is to use the hashtag wherever you can. You know, in a post, share it with your friends, share it with the world, whatever it is.
Miriam. No, Miriam Stranger, I've seen her on Twitter, but I haven't seen her on our Discord. So maybe it's like, maybe some of these people are just doing it of their own volition, but aren't actually on our Discord organizing platform. I'm very impressed by how much content is here. And this just goes to show too, you know, like our social media admins, you guys are going to have to keep an eye on this stuff because, like, look, we should be tweeting this out. This picture should be in all platforms. So we need to harvest content, not just content we're generating from our creative teams, but we need to pull content like this that's being shared on social media that we don't even know exists, and then we need to post that into all platforms. That is awesome. Okay, Gab, our Gab team that I didn't know we had, you're doing such a good job that you're being rated green. Growth areas for Gab, more. Okay. Pinterest. Fleur, where you at? Fleur, ping me in chat, please, if you're with us. I think you are. Fleur is head of our transcription team. She is in the Scribes channel. She runs the Scribes channel on Discord. She is an amazing human being, amazing, valuable member of our team. She has been a very long time and strong and solid WikiLeaks supporter, and she knows her proverbial front, back, and sideways too. she has put together a Pinterest board, and I didn't even know what Pinterest was. I mean, I knew it existed, but I'd never seen it. I never used it. I didn't know, like,
socials. Yeah.
What? Yeah, because to be honest, as you said, I live on Twitter. I basically know
Twitter, that's all.
Twitter gets about probably 6 hours a week from me, and Facebook gets about 4 minutes a week from me, and that's pretty much my. I think she's just sent us something. Right, the new Unity4J Pinterest page already has 1,000 entries and is nearly ready to launch next week, I hope. It is a combination of a library of historic videos and articles related to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, great for researchers, and a resource library of timeless tweets for retweeting, quotes for embedding in tweets, blogs, and articles, action suggestions and examples, graphics to download, petitions to sign, vigil videos to watch and tweet, etc. The page is designed to be a resource for current Discord members and an alternative for those like your tech conservative friends who don't want to use Discord, but do want to access and promote our action resources, or to get assistance with research materials for writing articles, etc. So watch this space next week for the launch of the Unity4J Pinterest page. Fleur, that is absolutely fucking awesome. Excuse my language. Thank you
Fleur is
so much. And to be honest with you, I've seen it, and it's freaking beautiful and stunning and amazing, and it really is like a library of this movement. It's absolutely incredible and a phenomenal resource. So in that case, Fleur, I'm going to put you on the spot at the State of the Movement address that I will do sometime in the middle of next week, and we will do the launch live on the stream. Fantastic. Eben, by default, what you put on Gab automatically retweets to Twitter if you connect your accounts, just not vice versa. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. This is more successful than you think. The movement's in better condition than I think people think. Even myself, I didn't even know, like, we had such an awesome Gab account, etc. Bruce is saying, has anyone found a link to our Gab? Want to tweet but can't find it. Let's see. In my history, I will have the link. It's actually, Bruce, it's in the Gab channel. That's where I got it from.
Hope already posted it. Here, I'll go and copy and
sweet.
it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. One step ahead of me. Cool, thank you. And Portugal was true saying thanks, Fleur. Fleur, thank you. It really is a stunning and beautiful thing what you've created. Okay, so Pinterest. Let's go. Pinterest, social. Fleur, what is it? What's the growth area for the Pinterest? What do you want to see people doing with it? Or contributing to it? Like, how do you want them to interact with it in a way that grows it or expands it?
Just pin all the things. Anything Unity, just pin it. Anything related,
on my computer just crashes.
There's some great categories and things that Fleur's created. So, yeah. That's a good structure.
I have to stop the share for a minute because my computer has just decided to have a heart attack. Okay, what's next? Minds.com. I'm just looking through to try and find our Minds.com account. We definitely have one, don't we, Joe?
Yeah, I believe so. I've got an account for all these networks, but whether I visit,
yeah, you've got like You should. I'm pretty sure you've got logins for all of these, right?
Once a journalist called me the hub of geekery. It's like, oh, there's a new thing coming out. Oh, it's shiny. I want to sign up for it. Let's see what it does. And then a month later, oh, I haven't been back. I don't tweet. I just like all the shiny things.
Oh, nice. Zaldivar has just shared the video from the New York City action today. Eben, any chance of us getting to watch that? Okay, so Fleur's saying she would like people to make suggestions in the Pinterest channel after the launch next week, and she would like an understudy to help her to run it. Yeah, Kathy, Fleur can't jump on voice at the moment. Okay, I'll make a quick note of those things. Oh no, great. This is why I need a new computer. My beautiful spreadsheet has just crashed.
Yeah, the new ones save automatically, don't they?
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's all right. We can rewind in the Periscope and see what you've written.
I don't think there's too much after this. It should autosave. It's shit that it doesn't. Right, what do we have? Gab, Google Plus, Gab, and Pinterest. So Gab was fine. It had a giant green light. Pinterest also gets a giant green light. And
I noticed
we need a volunteer to understudy and activity in Pinterest, or coordinate in Pinterest in Discord. Pinterest channel in Discord.
I noticed.
Do I have a host? Sorry, go ahead, Zaldivar.
I noticed we don't have a BitChute channel, or Unity4J doesn't have one. That might be a good place to store some videos because it uses peer-to-peer.
Yeah. Would it be suitable for media? Like some of our big media stuff as well?
It is. You could upload videos. You can associate an account there to, say, YouTube. So anything that gets uploaded to YouTube can automatically start uploading there too.
Yeah, cool. I just need to dedicate a bit more time to doing these things and making them happen.
Yeah, the funny thing is,
one thing we should do in these Discord channels is up the top put a link, where it's in the topic of the channel, a link to the actual thing, so you don't have to scroll through trying to find it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eben.
Oh no worries. What I was gonna say? The funny thing about BitChute is I don't really upload anything on BitChute. I've got tons of videos there that got uploaded there, so it's pretty useful. If we want to keep spreading out through platforms and making sure that if some entity wants to make the Unity4J just scratched off the face of the earth, that it just makes them have to work that much harder.
Yeah, I mean, if if you're on some exciting new platform and we don't have a presence, then do feel free to kick it off. Just make sure the keys or whatever end up back with someone official, so that if you pass on, then they can take over.
Okay, so we have an Instagram account. Oh. Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, weird. I can't, my microphone isn't showing any movement. Okay, we have an Instagram account, but we have 31 followers and we follow one. I assume, who do we follow?
Probably WikiLeaks.
I would hope so. I would hope so. We have only got 7 images. That's pretty sad because we have so many freaking awesome images and movement.
For you, for the Facebook people, it is linked through. It is originating from Facebook, so you can just click the publish to Instagram button on Facebook as well.
Ah, wow. Facebook team, I hope you heard that. Joe just said that you can auto-publish to our Instagram from our Facebook, and I know our
so
Facebook
anyone who's have posting
7
access on the Facebook, you can also into Instagram. Let me know if it isn't working, but it worked well for that one I did right there. The chalk on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give our Instagram definitely an orange because it is like nowhere near as active as it should be. In fact, at 7 images, when we've probably produced hundreds, it's almost a red.
If anyone has a Hootsuite account and wants to sponsor us, then that might be a way of adding a few more people easily. Otherwise, yeah, go through the Facebook route. Certainly, I think 2 people have access, but the anon that was doing it previously is busy with other things.
Right, I think we should have like 12 plus, Instagram mods personally, if we can get to those kind of levels, and I think we'll be away laughing, but we definitely need to grow that. I mean, we've seen the Twitter account as a great example of how like well-managed Uni4J account can accrue like 5,000-6,000 followers in a very short period. I think our Instagram account could also accrue that many followers or more. And also WikiLeaks is really good about amplifying our work. So if they can see like we are posting that we have a really active Instagram account and check out all these great pictures, it's almost guaranteed that WikiLeaks or Julian Assange account will promote that too, and then it will get a bunch more followers. So it's like a self-perpetuating thing. If we put the effort in and we do the work, then it will grow, absolutely. If you guys want to see the chat, we can give this restream link to people, right, Joe, so that they can see the chat from all of the social channels?
Probably just easiest to do it and use that Discord channel, the WikiBees Discord channel. Because
okay,
number 2 gets people into our Discord.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's essentially teeing back into it. The restream link, I think, has got access to post as well, so probably don't share that around too far.
Okay,
because you can use it to send links to everyone in all the channels. Woohoo!
Well, thanks for pointing that out. Nice. Okay, let's keep moving. And Mackenzie's just got home. Awesome. Now, let us continue.
Susie, we have something in Q&A, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I totally missed that. How about planning the events, protests at mainstream media headquarters? We can hold them accountable for not reporting the truth about Julian Assange. So, Dahlia, we said from the outset that we would keep all of our messaging really positive and that we would not protest again, like we wouldn't like jump on other people's actions, or by other people I don't mean related to Julian Assange, I mean like at events which, you know, aren't other activism stuff. We wouldn't just like piggyback on stuff. However, if there's anywhere that I'd be prepared to break that rule, it would definitely be the mainstream media, because I fully think we should be kicking the shit out of them for their treatment of WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. So maybe we will just have to come up with some really positive messaging for them about how they can change their ways and start serving the public rather than their corporate slave masters. So I would be open to that. However, I also think decentralized action is key. So rather than like just trying to have like one big protest at one mainstream media outlet, I actually think it would be more effective to target as many as possible and as many locations as possible.
A good team for that is the truth defenders, or the things. There's a bunch of sort of one-liners and bits and pieces that they can paste into the comments section of those mainstream media articles and things like that. So yeah, that's probably a good way to start tackling that.
Okay, so I think that wraps it for social media. So we have some other channels under social media, but they're not actually, obviously, they're not social media platforms. Like we have analytics where we're tracking the social media performance, which has been phenomenal for our vigils and live online events. We have a bloggers channel where people who have blogs or who write posts about the movement or about Julian or WikiLeaks can work together. We have a journalist channel, which is for actual journalists, as in with access to a major platform and a track record of work, who can work together to promote the movement or generally to help Julian and WikiLeaks. And our social media comms channel is where all our social media admins work together as well and coordinate. So moving along, we're going to move on to the creative teams. I think that's next. I missed anything up here? We've got the event stuff. Comms. We'll do comms shortly because Mackenzie's actually logging on, but I'll just do the creative team really quickly. So that social media team sorted. Creative team. So we have got our graphics team. Personally, I'm going to give our graphics team a bright frickin' red green, because every single time that we ever ask them for anything, we get the most absolute top-notch stuff I've ever seen in my life come out of it. This being like classic example. They had like one day to come up with WikiBees stuff, and we get this. I've got to show you the bee itself. I don't think it's gone out on social media yet, but it is amazing. Possibly it's in one of the other graphics channels because there's a couple. First, we got the awesome bee gifts from Bipolar Coil, who's here with us tonight, actually. I love all of the gifts that are coming out, actually, for the movement, but the bee one is particularly awesome. Now, look at this. This is the WikiBees logo. It's from Kimber Maddox, who's like one of our best graphics people. And like, how amazing is this? I don't know if you guys can see. And no, it's like, it looks so cuddly and soft. It's got like all this little like fur and stuff on it. It's so beautiful. You should be putting a heart around it. It's so beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it has like the WikiLeaks logo, like the globe and the little drip and everything, and WikiLeaks colors, and it's so beautiful. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this image because we're going to release a bunch of different posters and things with this image. So these working groups that we're doing, we've got our own logo. How awesome is that? And I assume you guys would have seen the event banners and stuff. So I mean, this is like the type of, and look from Amy, this is the quality of work that is coming out of our graphics team. It is absolutely top notch. Here's a different background with the bee. This stuff is just so cool. Like I honestly could not ask for anything more than the quality of work that I've seen coming out of the graphics team. So I think you guys just absolutely kick ass. I've got absolutely no complaints. Growth areas. I don't know, you guys, what can you think of? What do you want out of the graphics team? Is there anything more that you can think? WikiLeaks Twitter is retweeting Uni4J Twitter. Cool.
Yes.
Super
Hello.
cool.
Sticking my
it.
hand up. Okay. Yeah. So I have been in contact with Somerset Bain because my neighbour wants to do a lot of T-shirts. And so Bain had put out a whole lot of stickers and things like that. So there weren't any T-shirts. So he's done one, but he's only done the front. So it would be good to get a front and back and get production going of those T-shirts wherever we can.
You know, you've raised a really good point. So for those who don't realise, the WikiLeaks shop, the official WikiLeaks shop, has been working with our graphics team to create Uni4J T-shirts. And I actually have to admit that when I saw the ones that had actually made it through to the shop for Uni4J, they were definitely not our best graphics and our best work. So I think we would need to really up our game there, because you can see the quality of images that we've developed, but then if we actually look at the WikiLeaks shop, I don't think that we yet have the best stuff. Let's have a quick look together at the Uni4J content that's in there already. Okay, I'm really cool. Like the coffee mugs, I'm down with them. That's really good. Nice and simple and really bright and easy to read and quite gorgeous. And now I'm wishing that I had been able to actually buy a shitload of those. So if I could, I would go and seriously drink every drink for the rest of my life out of those. Wow, look, they're like proper like takeaway cups. So awesome. And phone cases. Okay, the phone cases are cool. Okay, now this is where I'm not, like, to me, this just does nothing for me. It's like just a logo on a plain T-shirt. Maybe some people want something so subtle, I don't know. But to me, I think we have so much amazing artwork that could be on there that's come out of the movement that just having a logo to me is like pretty boring. And Don't Shoot the Messenger is not Uni4J. So that would be definitely our graphics need to work more cohesively with the awesome because the WikiLeaks shop people are amazing. I know them and they are wonderful human beings. And if we can get like a whole line of WikiLeaks shop apparel, like of our best work, our best stuff, that would be fantastic. Anything else about graphics, you guys? WikiBees in the shop. Hell yes. How am I talking in chat without talking in chat?
I have your magic restream.
That's pretty freaking skillful, man. Like I'm not even typing anything, and there I am. Well, it's Kimber says, I think we could coordinate larger projects a bit better. If that's Kimber Maddox, which I assume it is, dude, I'm so sorry that I just dropped stuff on you at the last minute. Because I so do. I so am like, I need this in 24 hours and please make it awesome. And then somehow it is. But I can imagine that that's pretty like high stress for you. So I agree. And I think that part of it is actually the Discord platform. Because if you go to the Discord platform, you have a look in graphics task, go to pin posts, you're going to see that I actually put the WikiBees thing. Like, look, 23rd of July, we have the stuff about WikiLeaks shop. I just think this is it's a bad way of task management, like using the Discord channels. But somewhere in here, okay, I'm wrong. There is no pinned tweet about the WikiBees. I thought there was, but I remember I did put the task in. It probably just didn't get pinned. But the task went in about WikiBees, I think, long before that we actually, the 24-hour period that actually got done in. So I think in the medium to long term, we need better task management options than just hoping that people see comments in the Discord and then make it happen. And I think probably spreadsheets like this, because right now we're just mapping like current state of things, but then phase 2, over the next 2 nights, even if we don't get through it today, if we don't finish today, we're going to go and start doing like breakdowns of actual tasks. And then if we do those in the shared documents, the collaborative documents that Kitty was talking about setting up for us, then we're going to be able to more transparently see who is going to do what task and what, stage that's at and what's going to happen next after that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But so far, I think we're doing well on actually seeing where we're at right now. So Kimber says she wants better coordination on tasking, which is very valid feedback and from someone who's worked really hard to create amazing things for us. Okay, next up we have a video team. Now, personally, I think our video team is another success story. And the reason I think that is because if you go and look at our YouTube channel, you will see so many freaking videos. And I guess a lot of them are probably in the approvals channel. So if you're on any of our creative teams, you'll see there's this creative approvals channel. And look, there's the PNG of our latest QR code ready for approval. And see, when I do this and I approve the image, then that image spits out in all platforms automatically. And now everybody from all the different social accounts will go to all platforms and see this, and then they'll spread this all around the internet. So in terms of I'm actually very happy with the way approvals work in Discord. That is one thing that's working really well. We have the pipeline of created work to actually pushing it out and from to all of our channels. That part's happening really, really well. What's not happening well is the tasking. The tasking is difficult, definitely. Okay, so back to our video. Our video team is doing really, really well. They've produced a lot of short videos. We've got a lot of recap videos. We have got some really cute stuff. We've got cute intros and outro sequences. We have the full interviews. We've got the full streams. We've got all kinds of stuff. In fact, if we have a look at the Unity for J YouTube channel, excuse my slow ass internet. How many? Can someone tell me how many videos are on the Unity for J YouTube?
130.
130 videos.
That's a guess.
It's probably right. How many have we got, guys? Someone tell me.
My computer's slow.
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
This is, it relates to video, but also to our Twitter account. Is it a pro account, or are we restricted to 2 minutes for Twitter videos?
We tend to we tend to put our longer stuff through Periscope. So if need be, at the moment we're streaming on Periscope. But yes, I think we aren't verified as such. So yeah.
Oh well, it costs as well. It costs. Yeah. I looked into it, and it's not terribly expensive, but it is. The videos are much better presented when you are take the pro account. It's not just a question of longer duration. They're bigger. They're bigger in the on the page.
Yeah, and it's something we've just got to watch as well when we're for quite a while. If you're sharing a YouTube link on Twitter, it sort of is a bit meh. But if you share like a Periscope one, it shows you live previews and bits and pieces. So there's fitting the content to the platform as well. So like you say, we can put short teasers linking to bigger videos on another platform. But having those. And once we get the website up and going, we should be able to have share links and things so you can easily have a sort of thumbnail generated and share something without having to copy and paste a link.
Yeah. There was one other question that relates to funding. So I created a Patreon for politics in the pub, because it's possible for groups, not just individual artists, but for groups that run community events, that fits into their specs of who can have a Patreon. So I wondered if Unity for J couldn't start up a Patreon so that regular funding could be channeled in by the public.
I mean, we've talked about talked about things like that. At present, our funding needs aren't huge, and we'd prefer if people do donate directly to WikiLeaks if they're going. But there is I've been footing a few bills for example, the multi-stream, restream bits and pieces. We've bought fonts and bits and pieces. So there are a few costs. Some of our translation people for some of the trickier aspects. So there's certainly a few things that need money, but for the most part, people have been doing it, and I think Dave's also working on a micro cash method, which might be working as well. But yeah, I mean, as we also said on Steam, we're earning a few Steam dollars here and there. So yeah, and as in time it'll grow. I mean, yeah, I'm open to it, but I don't think we need the money at this point, and it's probably.
Well, I was just thinking about having money to boost on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
If it's possible on Facebook, I think you have to be very careful about.
I'm open to a Patreon that might provide a little bit of cash, but I think we do need to be quite transparent about where it's going and how it's being spent, because as a movement, we are
That's why I like the idea.
Us being.
That's why I like the idea of fundraising for specific things. Like, rather than just having like a general slush fund and then having to like have arguments over how it gets spent or where it gets spent, just like actually fundraising for exactly what we're going to like. We need $5,000 because we want targeted Facebook campaign, and this is not. I'm not saying at all we should spend $5,000 on Facebook. I'm just using this as a total pie in the sky like example. Like, this is the amount of money we want. This is what it's for, and then here is the receipt. Like that way, rather than like having a general fund and having to make decisions about where to put the money. I'd much prefer that it was like on specific expenses. But
yes,
I also feel like we're digressing a little bit. I saw how well the Action Station campaign I was talking about earlier worked, and it was that exact same principle. It was like, this is the exact amount of money we need. This is exactly what we're going to spend it on, and now here you can see that we've spent it on that. Like, that is a really, really good format, because I know from Occupy was really a beautiful, pure movement when it didn't ask for money. And then as soon as, because for about the first 2 weeks there was no money involved in the movement. It was just everyone like giving generously of themselves and sharing their resources together, and that worked so well. But then as soon as we started like, accepting donations from the general public on the street, like it just went to hell. It was really not good. It was very messy. It was a very easy way for people to exploit like social fissures and cracks in the movement, and of course the saboteurs like beelined for the finances, because they always do, and it was just really horrible and nasty. So I just don't want to see that ever happen to this movement. Yeah, money is the root of all evil, says Bipolar Core. I completely agree with that. It really does. It changes things. And I think that like we're sitting here and we're seeing together that actually the state of the movement is really strong. Like if you look at how much green is, there is so far, we're doing really, really well. And I think it would have been a totally different trajectory if in the first couple of weeks had been like, we're starting this movement, give us money. I really think it would have been a lot different. So I'm pleased. And I think we should take that campaign-focused approach with fundraising, definitely. Okay, let's go back to the mapping the movement, because I want to get to comms team now that we have Mackenzie here with us. So Mackenzie, just bear with me a few more minutes. Hi, and Hun, by the way, if you want to be on video, I suggest you put a little bit of light on your face. Otherwise, you can do what we're doing and just like not be on video. It's totally your choice. Okay, so video team, somebody said just before we have 190 something videos, 194 videos. That's just absolutely incredible.
97% of stats are made up on the spot.
2 people said 194. So I'm
excellent.
I'm very
My guess
impressed.
of 130 wasn't too far off.
Yeah, but see, you underestimate it. So I'm going to give our video team a bright green because I think they're doing amazingly. To produce that much content in that short a time, we have done really well. So what do we want from our video team is probably double up from our YouTube channel where I think we should separate the comments we had earlier. So this is what we want from YouTubers, is to mirror our content and to create their own playlists of our content on their channels. And all of those different things, do streams about us. Right, so we need more subscribers and better presentation of the content that we do have. That's what we need from our video people. Okay.
Some crivers.
Scum scrubbers.
Scum crivers.
More scum.
Charming.
I can imagine Alex Jones saying that. Hey, all you scum scribers out there.
Yeah, so if you're on the Unity for J channel at the moment and the little subscribe button isn't grayed out, then please do subscribe. It'd be awesome to have you on our.
And you know, Joe, what you're doing right now is what we always forget to do. We forget to actually tell people. Like we do these like 50-hour live streams, so I don't think we ever tell people even one time to subscribe to the channel. So I accept fail on that front. Okay, music team is the last one in creative. I am also extremely happy with our music team because we have produced we have how many original songs, we've produced soundtracks to videos, we've produced like all of the content that you see in those like entry videos and stuff every time we do these streams. I think our music team has been amazing. We've produced like theme songs for the movement. We've got instrumentals, theme songs, you name it. What do you think, guys, about all the music that's come out of this movement?
Wonderful.
Awesome. Inspiring, awesome, good stuff.
Bagheera's asking if we monetized our YouTube videos. We haven't, but I don't think the main channel even qualifies for it yet, does it? Oh, I guess we must have had over 10,000.
Yeah, so I had to enable it because we included things like that Morpheus clip and a few others. So we needed to account for the fact that our viewers are watching someone else's content. So it isn't, but I don't think I've ticked the spam everyone with ads while they're watching the live stream button.
Cool.
So yeah, we haven't earned any money through it, but it is enabled for
purposes
like
a really good
embedding
question.
in other sites and things like that. You have to have essentially enabled for monetization.
SL's asking a really good question, which is where do we find the songs? They should be a bit easier to find for us old farts. SL, I completely agree with you. They should be easier to find. So we have a SoundCloud account, and on the SoundCloud account, you can listen to all of the music and of the movement. Now, where is our SoundCloud account? Now, the fact that I don't know where our SoundCloud account is should be like quite indicative of what the problem is here. I'm guessing it's soundcloud.com, Unity for J, but it might be Unity for Julian.
Yeah, I'll make sure I go through and get all those links to the primary accounts in the topic of the channels and Discord at least.
And here it is, right here. 21 followers.
You're not sharing, by the way, Suze.
Oh, sorry. So our SoundCloud account is soundcloud.com/user-5848058229. Yeah, that's really helpful.
I'm sure I can verify that and make it proper.
That would be good. Thank you. That would be step one. Right. So our music team gets a green because they've been producing amazing content. We'll make it a light green because we need to update, upgrade, promote our SoundCloud account. Because as you can see, there is a lot of really great content on there, but with only 21 followers, I'm pretty sure we can do better than that. So it just needs some more love. But having said that, I think it's Vapid that's put this one together as well, and I'm pretty sure. And it is amazing that we have this. We have this resource where people can just go and listen to music from the movement. But I also suspect that we've probably got more music. We've probably produced more music than what is here. I can't tell you off the top of my head what's missing, but I'm pretty sure that there is more. So that SoundCloud account just needs some love. So if you particularly care about music, jump in the Discord.
Some of the people following have produced music for us as well in there. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what's the station? Because this is something else we've got to have a talk about.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, this is definitely something else we've got to talk about. Because
once you start talking about podcasts and stuff.
My shitty.
Not just music, but audio.
Crapped out again. Yeah, so with all the 100-something hours we have of video content, we should totally be running a 24/7 online radio station where people can just listen to or even the podcast that we ripped of it that just plays 24 hours a day UNFJ content. It'd be amazing. If I was saying you might want to make the main theme songs at the top of the list, it's probably a really good idea as well. I assume that you can do that with SoundCloud. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these notes that we're putting in the spreadsheet, and at the end of the session I'll go and copy those into the channels and then pin them so that people know this is what we need to work on, this is what we need to improve. Bear with me, I'll just fetch my spreadsheet back.
Cool.
Joe,
yeah.
My computer is crashing my spreadsheet every 5 seconds.
My computer's not any faster. I could do it on my phone, maybe. But I'm meant to be technically working.
Please, don't say anything. Next thing you know, you'll end up on a James O'Keefe video.
Boss doesn't subscribe to my channel. And I am working. See over there, it's work. It's happening.
Okay, sorry, 1 minute, guys. Bear with me. Right. I need a new computer in case you didn't notice. I'm very pleased in general that we're doing this, because this is something that I'd really wanted us to do for a while. This whole like red, yellow, green thing, so that we had a really transparent way of seeing like exactly where we're at and what we need to do. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's not saving. For some reason it keeps reverting to this. How helpful. SoundCloud, update, upgrade, promote, theme music at top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we can move on to comms now. Right after my spreadsheet crashes for the millionth time. Mackenzie.
Hello.
With us. Hey, let me stop share so people can actually see you. This is Mackenzie, everyone. Mackenzie has been holding our comms team together for quite a while now.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, and we can see you too. Hey.
I'm really terrible. Like, I'm absolutely terrible with technology, so.
It's ironic because you've been doing an amazing job, a really amazing job with comm stuff. So Mackenzie's been coordinating the writing of our press releases and the just packaging our comms and getting them ready for going out across the movement. So we have a couple of comms tasks that we need to do in the immediate future, which is one, we need to put out a press release about the WikiBees and what we're doing here, because I think what we're doing here is quite groundbreaking. I certainly don't know of any other movement that has done live organizing online in this way. I know that there are movements that have like broadcast their or live streamed their organizing meetings, but I don't know that they've live streamed them actually working interactively with an online audience in this way. It's definitely pretty cutting edge and pretty cool. There's lots of people saying hello to you on the stream, Mackenzie.
Oh, hi. Sorry, give me a second. Let me. It put itself into full screen, so I can't read that. There you go, found it. Hi, guys.
So that's one thing that we need to do. And then the other thing is that we have a vigil coming up again first Saturday of October. So we will do, Mackenzie's very well versed at this. Every time we have an event, we put together our event press release, get it out. We sometimes do a second press release with confirmation of who's going to be there. Like, spoiler alert, we've got John Kiriakou confirmed for this next one in first weekend of October. Yeah, I can see Kathy's dancing. I know I dance every time John's like coming. We've also got Cynthia McKinney coming, which is a personal favourite of mine as well. And of course, Vivian Kubrick and a number of other awesome people. We also have some people I won't tell you about, both from Australia and from America, who are extremely significant and who we haven't had on before. So the next vigil event is going to be a really, really awesome one. So it's Mackenzie who'll be coordinating getting that press stuff out. And you can find her in the Discord, and let me have a look. And under the communications channel, so you'll see this urgent task, which is where I'm like, Mackenzie, we need a press release right now. This is what it's for. And you'll find that in the urgent task channel. And then there's a comms discussion channel, comms approval channel, which is like where the final drafts go before we actually push them out. Releases for published press releases.
You're not sharing it.
Okay, sorry. So these are the communications channels here. That's outreach, which is a whole separate thing. This is where we're actually reaching out to other organizations and asking them to support the movement. The awards team is super cool. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here because I wanted to actually put these into the map so that we can see where we're up to. So let's see if my spreadsheet is actually functioning. In fact, where can I upload this to the server? Into Wikibees? No, it'll just get lost in the flood of comments, won't it? Joe, where should I upload the movement map so that, at least in this incarnation, so that it doesn't like...
Yeah, you can pin it to Wikibees
totally
or
die.
somewhere like that.
That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Share it on iCloud with me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the strangest like bug ever, because I'm actually saving and it's reverting to a previous save every time it crashes. I've actually never seen it do that before. I might just duplicate it. It's claiming that there is no space on my computer and therefore it cannot even duplicate one spreadsheet.
That might be the issue.
It's impossible for it not to be able to duplicate one spreadsheet. It's got about 5 kilobytes of like content. Look, watch. The operation couldn't be completed. No space. So like my device doesn't have 5 kilobytes. Come on now. Okay, let me upload what I do have to Wikibees. So I'm pretty determined to keep these sessions to 3 hours a day. So we're only doing another 50 minutes tonight. And you know what? If we don't get through this tonight, it's actually okay to keep continuing. So you guys, we're going to run these streams every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for at least the next 2 months. I think 2 months is about the right amount of time for us to start seeing really, really good traction as a result of it. And even if we spent this entire first week just mapping and understanding exactly where we're at, then I would be okay with that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll get through it easily by tomorrow night. And then we're going to start breaking it down into our task list and working our way through it in achievable chunks. So I have just uploaded it's an Apple file. Yeah. That I've just pinned to the Wikibees channel in the Discord server. If you guys hear us going on and on about the Discord server, but you don't know like what it is or how to be a part of it, go to unityforj.com/Discord. And when you show up in the introduce yourself, your best bet, if you really don't understand what you're doing, your best bet is to just tag one of the mod names and ask for help. Now, does anyone else, if you guys have something to say, speak up and give me a couple of minutes to try and free up enough space on my computer for it to handle having one spreadsheet on it. Kathy or anyone? Speak up, guys.
I do have something to say, but I'm not sure if it's off topic at the moment. It was just a little comment made a while ago about the website. And I think it could be more of a central hub for all of our other platforms. I mean, on my own site, I've just put icons for all of the different social media platforms people can find me on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We've been a bit slow at getting things. I mean, I think it was probably a while before we even got a link to our Discord, and people have asked, can we have buttons so you can easily subscribe to the YouTube and things like that? And actually,
yeah, that's right. And the other thing,
we do have a 2.0 website, and we're working towards that. We're just a bit slow at some of the stuff, it seems.
But the other thing, which I feel is very important, is on the participants page or place on the page. There, it looks like there's links, but it's just the person's name that comes up. So I think already we could put a link on each one of those.
Yeah, totally. So links to like their Twitter or their profile online, or some of their work, or
no, them on the stream, them talking on the in the vigil. We can, even if there's not a standalone video, it's quite easy to put a link where it jumps to a certain time, and immediately you've got that person talking on one of our vigils.
Yep, that's the way.
You can just jump straight in. It would really improve the navigation and centralize a place where people can get to all of those talks by name of participant. Because when you're going through a 10-hour vigil, it's very hard to find the speaker you want to come in at the right place. Probably come in a few minutes before. But if people were looking for, what did Daniel Ellsberg have to say, through the website, it would be a one-click thing, or 2 clicks, one to get to participants, and then to click on his photo, and you're watching him in the vigil.
If I could add, I think it might actually be helpful as well to put a little introduction to the person themselves, like what their titles are, what they do, that sort of thing. Because I know a lot of people don't know necessarily who everyone is. And even when comms team is going through trying to write the descriptions, sometimes it's hard for us to find, like, okay, this person is a journalist, this person is an activist, that kind of stuff. So a description would definitely help not only people who are looking to watch the videos, but also people who are looking to write the descriptions for the videos.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And that's been a much requested thing. Fleur's passed that on as well. And so we're gearing up to sort of make sure that the movement has sort of one source of data for everything, whether it's a bio or a preferred name for someone, or their picture or something like that. So we know what the things are, and we can use them everywhere, because everyone's always trying to find that sort of information. But one of the things, and the scribes have been doing a great job of this, is indexing videos and trying to find those spaces where these quotes that we've talked about and published far and wide have come from, because everyone wants to know the source of that and go back to where it was said, and know that we're not just making up something about some. So we're hoping to expand out that a participant has quotes and has collateral, has bio and bits and pieces that we can relate back to them.
One of the things that I was thinking of as well is that with the social media accounts, because Twitter and Facebook are so well established, we could use Twitter and Facebook to promote all the other social media accounts. So perhaps we start having, for example, on Twitter tweets that, one for Pinterest when that account is launched, another one for Instagram, another one for, so we just start tweeting individual tweets to promote each of these other social media accounts. This is what's going on in Reddit. Did you know that Unity for Jade has this happening?
Totally, yeah. Because we expanded so quickly initially, we sort of didn't, it was too much to deal with at the time, and we haven't really refocused. And I think this WikiBees effort will be good at starting to focus in on the tasks that need to be done and actually doing them. And it's good to have that overview and start to drill down. So totally.
And we need volunteers, people in the chat rooms. We need volunteers for all of these social media accounts, please.
Yep, totally.
I can definitely
and that's the easiest thing. If you're on our Discord, just tick the ones that you're on already, the platforms you're familiar with, and see how you can help, whether it is just helping out, sharing some content that you see, or whether it is actually moderating or sort of creating some of these posts and things on these accounts. So it's fantastic, the people that have been doing that and stepping up. And yeah, we're happy to trust you with some of the keys to the kingdom. so get in there and help out. Yeah, it's not just about click and retweet. There's what do they call it on Tumblr? Yeah, so there's lots of things to do.
Okay, so I'm getting really near to the point of being able to confidently say there's some kind of active interference with my computer at the moment, because I have just deleted space for a freaking 100 spreadsheets, and my one spreadsheet still doesn't have enough space to save and reverts itself to a prior version over and over again. So I would definitely consider that interference at this point. I think that our reaction to that should be actually to maybe just have a look through the rest of the stuff, and then I can come back and fill out the spreadsheet tomorrow, because we've done pretty well so far. We've got through all of the social media and through all of the creative. So, or maybe I can just make some notes in another. Let's see if I can get another application to function for long enough for us to do that. So,
maybe just take some screenshots of your latest version, so at least you remember what's written there.
Yeah, the save it's reverting to wasn't that far before where I'm at, but it's not even letting me add in like new content either. It's just totally crashing. Fleur, I think you're good to go. Can we do scribes tonight? Okay. Fleur, where is the scribes channel on the Discord? It's not under comms, is it? It's
Sorry,
under
I'm
tech.
muted. It's under tech.
It's under tech. Okay, let's finish off comms and then let's go to tech. And then tomorrow we will do translations and news. And I think that'll be it. Yeah, good. Yeah, it will be. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another application, and I just want to make some notes about the comms stuff. And then Fleur, we will do you next. Okay, apparently my computer is completely toast because now I cannot get other applications to function either.
If you can still access the web, I posted an iCloud link to your document if you want.
No, my browser is now crashing as well.
And strangely enough, Zoom is holding out. You're still hearing.
Well, Zoom is pretty well secure because we have like that many
encrypted end to end. The little E
yeah,
up in the corner.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true. Okay, unfortunate. That's fine. I'll just have to play back from the last like 40 minutes of this video, but we'll work it out. Okay, so we'll just talk our way through it, and then we'll do the documentation after the fact, and we'll present it tomorrow. So the process, like, how do we feel like comms team is at performing its core functions? Mackenzie, I'll definitely want your feedback on this. So in terms of press releases, getting press releases out, doing media resources and event support, how do you feel about that aspect?
Press releases are pretty good, especially on the proofreading side. We usually get people responding within half an hour, if not less. So those are pretty good. In terms of the actual writing of the press release, it's been pretty consistently me or you, so we could probably use a few extra hands with the first drafts, but
quality of product?
Sorry?
Quality of product, though.
Quality?
I mean, I'm pretty happy with them.
Yeah, I'm happy with our press releases. I mean, like I said, we always have multiple proofreaders, and they're the format that we work with is enticing for readers, if you understand where I'm going with that. So I think that in terms of quality, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think we have consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency across our releases, which is really good. I think where we're falling down with that is on the media team side of actually chasing journalists and making them write about it. Because it would be possible to get more exposure from our releases than just having them being essentially catalogued on our website. That said, Joe, what kind of numbers do we get on our press releases in terms of hits on the site?
I haven't looked recently, but I can go away and find it while you're talking.
I'm guessing like 400 or 500, probably somewhere around that. But
Sounds
that's a total it's a total guess as to what it would be. But I'd say the majority of those hits isn't actually from getting them to press, it's just from publishing them on Twitter and whatnot. I think they're probably more highly read there than they are. In my experience, mainstream media will literally just throw them in the bin. Like they'll hit delete as soon as they see the word unplanned or Julian Assange. They actually are that corrupt. So, unfortunately, however, I think that we have a lot of movement supporters that see, Christine Assange tweet out the press release or unplanned account tweet out the press release and do actually take the time to read it and see, oh, what are we doing next? Okay, in terms of like event support, I'm pretty happy with it. We always have our media resources done. We always have the things that we need when it comes to events. So then moving on through rest of comms team, we have outreach. Now, outreach is in total stasis at the moment. It's had some really good work done on it, but we were just today talking about the fact that we, I think, Kitty, this is probably a good one for you because you're the research team has been the one that's generated the outreach list. Do you want to talk a bit about that process?
Well, what we've had is teams that have been putting together thousands of names and email addresses, Twitter accounts, and other contact information so that the outreach team can send out emails to promote whatever they're promoting, to bring people in, to generate support. I think there's been some issues with some of the lists. I'm still not entirely 100% clear on what the problem is. I think that we need to still do, there's a lot of work to do to get those lists maintained and up and running. We have had teams working on them, but it seems to be slowing down a little bit right now. The other issue I believe that came up was that when we weren't keeping track of the accounts that had been emailed, and we need to start doing that. So that's something new that we are looking at as to incorporate as part of the process. So we will start that when I get a chance to arrange a meeting with Joe Manji here. And take a look at what the status of that is and how we can effectively set that up.
Yeah.
So
totally.
what I would add to that is that we had some amazing work go into our pitch letter that we're sending out to these organizations. And we really nailed an absolutely beautiful document that we're sending to them. Now, I think that Joe, you'll be able to answer this. There was a list of some 2,500 organizations that was going out to, right? That was the number Alex gave me.
Yeah. So that's sort of where it was at the start of September. So we imported the list.
But how many have been actually sent?
Yeah, and that's the bit that I'm not sure of. I think we were concentrating mainly on the amnesty push, and we'd sort of left that alone. I'm loath to be the person that pushes the button and sends out an invite that might be wrong. So that's where Kitty and some of the content people just look over that letter and double check that, because it was referring to the vigil sort of 2 or 3 vigils ago. And if we get that updated, then we should be able to.
No, we updated it pretty recently. We did update it.
So whether the one that's sitting next to the button that says send in the newsletter, the spam tool. Yes. So if I can just compare that with something and get get someone across that, then we should be able to do that. And what that'll do is send out an invite to these people, with our nicely worded text saying, hey, would you like to subscribe to our updates or get more information about this? And, well, give them a few links anyway. And then ignore them totally until they come back and opt in because, spam laws and all. So, it's just essentially outreach to these organisations and saying, hey, of the thousands of people on this list, is there 200-300 that want to hear more from us?
Well, hopefully even more than that. I see there's a lot of acerbic Kiwi sense of humour on display there from Joe. His choice of wording. I'm guilty of it myself. Okay, so that's definitely an area to progress because we've made a really good start on it. We've had a big investment of time in terms of the research team putting those lists together and the comms team writing the amazing outreach letter. And we just need to nail down knowing exactly what to me, what I'm hearing here, like, is the business case is like CRM, like customer relationship management, because what if 500 or 200 or 700 of those people come back? How do we then manage what we've received from them, what their requests are, what their needs are, and what our responses are going to be? And that was all coming under CRM.
Totally.
So
the newsletter tool we've got takes the first step in that and sort of verifying contacts, and certainly Alex did some great work in adding other attributes and things to the list so we could essentially categorize people and figure out, we could target a message to, if they're an activist, if they're an organization that thinks the same of it as us or whoever they are. But I think, initially we'll try and segment it and send out those messages, but it's certainly the output from that could easily work with a CRM or a tool, but certainly the platform we've got, the capability of it, it can be expanded on, and we can track people down to every response.
Cool. So task management and CRM are the two big gaping holes in terms of systems that I see right now. Okay.
And volunteers. We need more volunteers. I'm going to emphasize that.
Yeah, totally.
I think we need the volunteers that we have to be able to actually see and receive in a timely fashion their Discord messages, because I don't believe that they are at the present moment. But
that's a good point. Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people are sending me messages saying, I can't see my channel, I can't see any content in my channels, like, why is this? And I don't have an answer for them, because the only answer that could be is there's some kind of like malicious tinkering happening somewhere along the way, which is partly why I think that us building WikiBees is going to be really important, because if we can have 300, 400, 500 people working in these sessions together, which is where I want to get to by the time that we actually have task lists, and then people don't have to listen to me sitting here giving them a task. They can just go to the Pirate Pad or whatever and go, oh, I can do this, I can do that, and run off and do it and then update it. Like that's where we're aiming to get to here. Like, I'm aiming to get to the point where in 2 months I can actually make the stream for some reason and still shit is getting done on a massive scale, like without me even being here. That's the ideal, because this movement shouldn't be dependent on me or on any one person, and I very much want to build to that point.
Yeah, and I suppose that was something when we were talking about press releases earlier. At the moment, I'm probably the only one with direct access to upload press releases to our website, which is a critical task, and often that takes me a day or so round trip time. And so we're getting that pipeline a bit more automated would be awesome. Hey, you asked before about stats, and I have. I can probably share some stats if I go zoom. Where are we? Share in Zoom. So over here, so once we put together, once someone reminded me, we certainly in the last month or so, a good 1,000 odd visits. I think somewhere if we scroll down. Lots of New Zealanders in the United States. I saw there's something. Yes, so there you go. There's things like your Amnesty International,
right? That's good.
Amnesty and PRs and various things. So certainly the Amnesty one saw quite a few hits.
But every single these are okay. They're sorted by hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the top 10, obviously, but yeah, there's probably a few more bits and pieces here, but yeah, at least 1,000. So EM.
Cool.
I can't remember some of these acronyms, but yeah, certainly it went from sort of the 30, 50 to a few more. I suppose September was the last big one, seeing a lot bigger audience. So I'm certain we can expand on that and see more of it.
Cool. Okay. I just want to backtrack a little bit to Kitty and see if Kitty wants to talk about anything else on the research side. And then I'd like to bring Ashata, so I can never say his name properly, Bjorn, in to talk about what's going on with the website. And then I think we'll wrap for tonight.
Well, with the research side, I want to start moving forward a little bit and actually have some projects which will build our library. So I'm still kind of working out that part of the plan in my head, how I want that to work. Discord isn't the best environment for creating a small library either, right? It might be better if we just worked something out to have it on the website maybe, or someplace like that, or on the wiki, and that we were talking about at one point. So that's kind of what I'm the direction that I'm moving in, and once we can get these email things sorted out and the contact list sorted out, then we can take that step forward.
Yeah, cool. And I do, there's a whole bunch of these initiatives that have sort of started and kicked off, and I haven't really followed through and found a new owner for them. So the more I can share some of the love and the technical solutions around, the better. So it's often difficult when someone leaves and to sort of pass the knowledge and the things over. But I'm not the best at putting documentation around it, but some other people are.
Like me, the documentation queen. I think
we'll certainly get up and moving once we start to highlight the bits that need doing. I can certainly point people in the right direction and get you running.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go for it.
No, I was just going to say that I think that's really what we need, is to get a little framework set up and get people organized to, help us move it forward. I
think it comes back to the task management. Like my analysis of this whole session so far is that there's two gaping holes. One is task management, which I'm actually hoping that this whole WikiBees series is going to really focus on, as giving transparent collaborative ways for people to pick up tasks where they can just be like I remember Occupy had the needs of the Occupy, and there'd be a page on the website, and this doesn't have to be web-based at all. I mean, or not on our website in terms of web-based, but where it's Occupy needs this, it needs that, and it needs the other things. And then people could be like, oh, I have this, I can do that, blah, 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 and they jump in and do it. And I think that's exactly what we should do with this hive that we're building with WikiBees, is to have these collaborative documents with these task lists and have people be able to perform a task and then update to show that they have, to demonstrate that they've done it. And I think that's the end game, and that will really, really, really help. I think we have some fantastically talented tech people. We're really lucky to have some great tech people working in this movement. Hey, Christian. And they will help us with development of things like CRM solutions and other solutions that we need to operate smoothly. Just to answer a couple of things that people are asking about in the chat. Someone saying they can they're talking about banners, Facebook banners for WikiBees. They already exist, and they should probably already be up on the Unity4J WikiBees or Unity4J Facebook page. If you go and check it out, I'm pretty sure they're there already. So you can copy that banner and put it on your social media if you want to. I don't think personally, I mean, we should probably like get a WikiBees Twitter account and Facebook account and just like sit on them as assets. But I actually don't want us to run it off and do a whole bunch of duplicate accounts that we have to maintain, because I'm really happy with keeping our resources focused on what we're doing at the moment. So WikiBees is like a aspect of Unity4J, but I don't think we need to. I don't think it needs to have all separate accounts running for it, if that makes sense. So I think we'll just keep it under the Unity4J Facebook account, but it would be nice to at least control the name in case we do want to do something with it later on down the track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Zaldova, Christian, we're going to, sorry, I always want to call you by your username, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
We are going to talk through translations tomorrow, because we're wrapping up in about 20 minutes. So we're just going to talk through a website now. And we've spent today mapping the movement to assess exactly like what needs more work and what the work is that it needs, what areas need more work, and what the status of everything is. And then we're going to work on actually assigning tasks and getting things done. So let's bring in Bjorn from our web team, who's been patiently waiting for a long time now. Bjorn, are you with us? So Bjorn has been doing a bunch of work on our website, because our website, we want to be a whole lot cooler than it is right now. And although it doesn't look to the average person probably like there's much difference in the condition of our website currently, if we scroll down here and we have a look, maybe we should start with Joe explaining what this is. Joe,
so down the bottom of our Discord, there's a bunch of channels which mere mortals probably can't see, because that's how I like things. So the web team hides out with the web dev and ops, sort of web development and operational stuff. And in the web front end, we actually have GitLab, which is the sort of content repository that we're using. It's like GitHub, except better. And essentially that shows all the work we're essentially doing as we push or we make a change to the website. So you can see there, for example, I've pushed a PR or something, changed some galleries, done some things, and as each change gets made to the website, it's shared amongst the greater team, so that we can all essentially work on it together. And so what Bjorn's been doing is actually taken what we've got existing and branched off a fork of a new website, and sort of pushing that a lot further forward. And so, yeah, some of the more recent stuff. Yeah.
So according to this, it created 2 additional carousels and populated the carousels with the video content from Susie3D YouTube channel. Added to carousels video titles for each carousel element and separated carousels with HR tags, which is a horizontal line.
Don't tell anyone. So yes, that is does exist on our website, but we've essentially got to launch it and fill it up. So it's probably got a bit of demo content in it. So much like what Bjorn's going to show us, it's a stub waiting for content. Yeah.
Hi Bjorn, welcome to the stream. I'm just unmuting you. Yeah. Hey Bjorn.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Oh, hello. Thanks. Nice of you to take me on. I get to speak about the biggest disaster. So, do you want me to tell about what I've been doing, or?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see. You can see this This is the current website, how it looks on my phone. You see the menu is gone. So when I was looking around at these things, I thought, okay, I have to do something about it. So there are so many things that goes on in the Discord channel, and people who don't know Discord, they don't have a clue. So I thought, okay, I have to put together a framework to enable us to channel all these things that happen, the things that are approved, and get it out there and on a website that works. So I've started, but it's a lot of work, and you can see this over there. Yeah. Okay. So you see, actually, the menu does work on the side there, and when you push it, it comes out. So, but there's a lot of work left. I saw you scrolled through the web front end channel, and I've been pushing a lot of changes. The good thing about what I've been doing is that I'm separating all the content and all the translations from the design and the website stuff. So we can share just the folders with all the translations, and the translation team can go in and just translate all they want, and upload the changes, and then we can just pull it in and have it run instantly on the site. And that goes not only for the menus and stuff like that, but for all the quotes, we can use it for documents, for descriptions of the people, the participants, and everything. Now, we don't have a database, so everything is stored as files. But I'm structuring the files in the same format that you use for contact management systems and so on. So it would be easy to extend this and share. I mean, it's not too many steps away, and you can actually connect your mobile phone and have all the contacts there and edit the info there, and have it saved back up. But for security reasons, of course, we won't be doing that. But it means we have a lot of fields and information that we can put in about, for instance, the participants, like email, telephone numbers, and so on. But these things, of course, they can't be shared out. We can't put that on the GitLab or stuff like that. And also the translators, they won't see any of that kind of information if we decide to put that in for the organizers and so on. So the translators will only see the fields that are relevant for translation, like we have right now I'm using Dmitry Babic as a test case here. So he's a political analyst for Crosstalk, and the translators will then get only the political analyst Crosstalk part, and they can translate that to any language. And yeah, and we get that.
Yeah, and
so
some of the keys there are that once you've done that translation of the name or the bio or the description, essentially it can be used in more than just the website. It can be used in the meme images and various other things that are related. So it's a fantastic event. Carry on, Bourne.
Yeah, no, and that's a good thing about the translation software we're using. It's free, of course, but it also is very good at suggesting translations based on what you have done before. But in those info files about the participants, I'm also adding the events they've participated in, and the quotes that we have from these participants. And that would make it possible for us to link from the participant list on the website to videos or these quote cards for the individual participants.
Right.
That's going to be really nice. And we can also add tags for all the content, so that we can search for Russia and get everything that's related to Russia or whatever. So, but that's with the participants. But there's also the thing about activity, because when I joined Discord, I saw there was a lot of stuff going on, and that's really cool. But people who are not at Discord, they won't see it. So what I've been proposing is that we extend this this stamp approval thing, and add a service on the website. So if a video is approved for publishing, it will automatically be added to the website. And if a piece of music is approved, that will also be added to the website. And that means you can go into the website and see all the videos that have been approved, all the music that have been approved, and you can you can get a really a library of everything cool that we're doing. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve.
That is freaking awesome. I'm very, 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 yeah, people are literally saying, this is awesome. I totally agree with you, Bipolar. That was great. And thank you so much, because I know Joe has really needed this help with front end, because he spends so much time on back end and networks and systems. And he wears so many hats in so many different ways. So thank you very much for supporting him, sincerely.
My pleasure.
Bjorn, do you just want to go through sort of some of the, briefly, the sort of technologies and things you're using, just in case there's people out there that say, oh, I know how to run that, or I know how to work with that, and can certainly help out with you. I know you've sort of been doing a lot of this on your own, but once we start getting some of that framework in place, there'll be need for people to start filling in the gaps and even developing new features and things. So, yeah, primarily we've kept it quite reasonably simple, I think. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to technology, I'm using a program called PoEdit for translation. It lists everything is written in English in the originals, and then you add a file for each language, and when you edit it, you see the English original and add your translation. It's very, very easy to use. In PHP, there is a functionality for translation, and it's called getText. And this has been a standard for I don't know how many years, 17 years or something.
Yeah.
So it's very standardized. It's yeah. And the other technologies, well, one thing is that I've switched to using a template system. It's called Twig. That is also very widely used, very efficient, nice, and has lots of nice functionality, but it also enables us to separate the code from the design. So a designer can sit and work on his stuff without messing up the code. Other technologies, oh yeah, I to make it easier to work with, I created the Docker container for the whole website. So you can actually type 3 commands, and then you have the whole website running on your computer, ready to edit the code and commit changes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But I think I made it private. I just added you, Joe. So I can, it's no problem. I can just make it public.
Yeah, certainly if there's more people that that want to, I was just going to send out a link to come join us in the web channels and put your hand up and help out. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes it extremely easy to participate when you just have 3 commands and then you have the whole site running, ready to edit. So that's nice to have. So I'm in there now, and I'm gonna make it public, and then anyone can go and see how to do it.
No, this is just so awesome and so in the spirit of the movement. I'm really, really glad that we did this stream tonight, because I have learned so much more about you, Nefa-J, than I knew about it before. And so many people would think that I am like some know-all figure about the movement, but tonight has proved that there's been more happening in this movement than even I realized. There are people active on platforms that I had no idea were so well developed and so advanced. And we are doing really incredible, innovative things. And I'm very, 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 very proud of everybody who's involved and who is part of this. Now, I would like to cut back to Christian for a minute because Christian was on the ground in New York City tonight doing an action for UNFJ. And I'm wondering, Christian, if you could send Eben the video that you took tonight, that maybe he could play that on the outro to the stream, because we're going to break with tradition and finish on time.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll send it over to him right now again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
And you guys, if you have any final questions, like ones that I can answer in short order, please let me know. Go ahead and chat and ask. But take it away, Christian. Tell us about what it was like in NYC today.
Well, it was pretty good. I got there a little late because I had forgotten the amazing flyers that Abon had printed out for me and sent me, with quotes from famous figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Thomas Jefferson, Frederick Douglass, Plato, or Aristotle, Kennedys, and so on. But I got there and it was
and what was on the back? What was on the back of those?
Oh, on the back of each one were information about Julian's current situation. You know, how many months he's been in the embassy, why, what's happened, along with the hashtag Free Assange. And those came courtesy of Somerset Bean. A big shout out to Bean. You're amazing, man. Thank you for all the work you do. You're fucking fantastic.
He is. He really is.
Yeah.
He is, yeah. First, I want to say hi to everybody. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Mackenzie. Hey,
hi.
Hey, Joe, Susie, Kiora, everybody, David S. Kitty, Bon, Bruce, everybody. But yeah, it was great. We had about 10 people today show up, which was about the same number as last week, but some new faces, which is a plus, definitely a plus. We handed out all those flyers that I've talked to you guys about, and I went a bit of a chalking spree. I chalked up the entire park of Washington Square Park, which encompasses about, I don't know, maybe like 4 blocks, like 4 by 4. Yeah, it was a pretty big park in front of NYU, New York University. So a good place to do that. Get some more young people involved. So hopefully next time I'm not the youngest guy there. But yeah, it's good. It's encouraging to see so many New Yorkers come up to you and speak to you and ask you, hey, what's going on? Or, hey, I heard about what's going on. Is he still locked up in the embassy? How's he doing? And just people being interested and just standing and listening, even when I was delivering those, that's wonderful speech you wrote for me, Susie. Thank you for that as well. And thank you, a big shout out to Beth B from PA, who also let me use an article that she recently wrote about the need for unity and the need to avoid divisiveness at all costs when it comes to things like this. But yeah, so at the end of the day, we probably handed out over 100 flyers, all 50 of those that I had brought, and then maybe another 50 or so that my buddy Eric had brought, chalked up probably 20 different locations, all around the park, all around what's called the Village, the Greenwich Village in New York City, and also in some places here in New Jersey. So yeah, it was definitely a success, and I'm hoping for a bigger turnout next time and some new faces next time. And I just sent Abon the link for the video I did, where I proudly read the fantastic speech that you wrote for me, Susie, and the great speech from Beth B.
From Baby. God, she's amazing. She is such
Yes.
a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Cool. Evan, let us know if you're going to be able to play that video. Okay, guys, let me have a quick look for any really fast questions, and otherwise we're going to wrap. Navigator one
you sent me a... Sorry.
No, go for it.
Christian, you sent me a link to the current live stream. Are you talking about the New York City live stream? New York City Action for Assange?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. Hold on. I won't do it right now. I'm sorry. You should be receiving it right about now. It should have the little picture on it. Yep.
I'm ready. So do you want me to end it? Susie?
Yeah, sure. I'm just trying to think about like what I would like to say. Oh, right. Okay. So I made a promise, like when I said we'd put this together, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that we would have like a Pacific time zone, an Eastern time zone, a European time zone. I haven't been able to make that work with the hours yet. So just for this week, so far, it's going to be 8 to 11 Eastern, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I just want to apologize to the people who that inconveniences in terms of time zones. I will try to keep my promise of having a different slot for each different continent in the coming weeks. Aside from that, I'm really happy. I'm so happy we did this stream because I feel like it showed me a couple of things. One, it showed me how much further developed we are and how much more work we've done than it's easy to realize when you're so, because I'm always focused on what we're doing next, what we're doing next, what we're doing next. I don't often get to do to really understand the depth of the work, the breadth of the work that has been done already. I think the movement's in much better shape than our adversaries realize, actually. I think they've been dancing on our graves a little bit early. And having said that, I think that we were right when we said at the beginning of the movement that anybody who wanted to kick the shit out of us, that our response would be to send 5 more tweets promoting or make 5 more posts promoting Unify. And that's precisely what I'm going to do going forward from this point on, because it's clearer to me than ever before how many beautiful, credible, ethical people are involved in this movement and how they're in it for the right reasons, and they are acting from their heart and really caring about Julian, really caring about WikiLeaks and being really on the right side of history. And that is so much more important than what some idiot says about me or the movement or anyone else on, Twitter or whatever, that's going to be forgotten in 5 or 10 years. What won't be forgotten is that thousands of people came together to make this effort to do this. So thank you all for your love and your care and your attention. Cool. Any other questions you guys have for me, feel free to hit me up on the Discord. My Twitter DMs are open. My Discord private messages are open. You're welcome to reach out to me there. Thank you guys all for being here. And Evan, go for it. Let's see what happened in NYC tonight. And then can I ask, can we please also, after the NYC footage, can we please see that amazing intro sequence that was at the beginning again of the people hanging up the Unify banners on the bridges? I thought that was incredible. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Hello?
Yeah,
are we off
we're waiting for Evan to tell us we're off.
Yep. That's good. Yeah. Everybody.
That down if you want. Oh, that's good.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Zalivar. I'm a part of the Unity for J movement, the movement to free journalist, editor, publisher Julian Assange from his arbitrary detention in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, England. His rights are being violated according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the UN. Article 9, 13, and 19 are being violated. His right to freedom of movement, his right to impart and receive information, and his right to not being arbitrarily detained, jailed, or exiled. Right now, on Friday, it's going to be 6 months since he had his power cut off, since he had visitors prohibited entry into the Ecuadorian embassy. He is basically in solitary confinement, ladies and gentlemen. He is basically being tortured. Why? Because he's a journalist that tells the truth. He is a journalist that exposes the corruption on all sides, all over the world. That is why they want him silent. And so I have a few statements here from people within the Unity for J movement that wish to convey a few messages and some kind words to everybody here. So first off, I want to read a little article from Beth B. from Pennsylvania. She writes an article called "Julian Assange's Life is More Important Than Politics." And I quote, "I've been part of Unity for J for several months now, and I realized something last night that I think I should share. I don't know the political affiliations of those with whom I interact with here, and I really don't care what their political affiliations are. That's not important to me or to the mission of the hashtag Unity for J movement. However, too many people recently have been criticizing the movement because of the political views of some of the group's participants. My question to those critics is this: have you ever visited the Unity for J Discord site? If you do, you'll find that it's made up of numerous sections and subsections, each one designed for a specific purpose. Members of the community are given the opportunity to choose whatever roles they want based on their individual skills and interests. And political discussions are not a part of the forums. There's no drama, no divisiveness, and no debating over political leanings, just a diverse group of people exchanging ideas and working for a single noble purpose: to free journalist Julian Assange. This is why hashtag Unity for J has been so effective. This movement shows that if people are able to leave their political differences at the door and work together towards a particular goal, we can achieve truly great and amazing things, and that scares the hell out of the deep state. It's their worst nightmare. They want to keep us divided, in conflict with each other, distracted by our differences, instead of focused on a common cause. I believe that in order to succeed in freeing Julian Assange, we need to put those differences aside and concentrate on the work ahead. To me, this man's life is more important than politics, and I won't allow politics to interfere with my efforts to save him. I also understand that for some, there are differences that they feel are insurmountable. I ask those people to do one thing: visit Unity for J, that's unityforj.com/Discord, and take a look around. If you still do not want to participate, that's fine. You can start your own organization with like-minded people, or simply do what you want on your own. Whatever your decision, if you truly support Julian Assange, please keep in mind that he needs all of us to do whatever we can to free him. If you don't want to do so through hashtag Unity for J for whatever reasons, that's your prerogative, and I'll respect that. But no more name-calling, no more divisiveness, and no more criticism of supporters who have chosen to be a part of the organization. These things play right into the hands of the deep state. They're counterproductive, it only served to undermine everyone's efforts to save Julian Assange, including your own. So that was Beth B. from Pennsylvania. Now I'm going to read from... Yeah, it's good. It's good. Right there. Yeah, right there is good. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm good, too. So right now I'm going to read from an amazing Kiwi, an amazing New Zealander journalist and leader, president of the Internet Party of New Zealand, journalist and activist Susie Dawson, who is also heavily involved in this movement to free WikiLeaks publisher, journalist Julian Assange. So she writes, "Every generation must again fight the struggles that previous generations fought and won in order to maintain the values and rights we hold dear and are ours by natural right. Freedom of speech and expression, of assembly and association are the core democratic values that all free people should enjoy. Unfortunately, we of the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand soon find that our own countries are just as willing as non-democratic countries to violate our core rights when we seek to exert them on issues which are politically inconvenient for them. The only way for us to overcome this and protect our rights is to band together in ever greater numbers, in solidarity with one another, and raise our collective voices louder and louder until our governments fear to disagree with us, rather than us fearing to disagree with them. Julian Assange and WikiLeaks are the bulwark at the forefront of the fight for the people's right to know. Without them, public knowledge of the activities of our self-appointed corporate overlords would be severely limited. That is precisely why Western governments have acted to silence Julian Assange, and why we must rise together to demand his freedom. To demand the freedom of Julian Assange is to secure our own freedom. To demand the restoration of his human rights is to protect all of our human rights. The Unity for J movement is but one vanguard, leading the global struggle of everyday citizens, demanding our rights from great moneyed international power. With each of you who joins us, the prospect of our generation having once again secured the rights that past generations sacrificed in untold numbers to give us grows greater. Thank you for your courage, and let's free the world's foremost journalist and publisher so that he may continue his vital work of exposing injustice anywhere to shine the light of truth everywhere.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
That was great. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you for the applause, guys. Thank you. Hey, man, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, thank you.
How many
So, everybody.
How many people got exploited and taken advantage of the housing market for?
Just putting the speech away. Thank you, Susie. And thank you, Beth, for allowing me to speak for you guys over here. And you okay, Eric? Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Sorry about the jumbling of the phone here. I'm just putting my stuff away.
Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire who had an island in the Bahamas. It was called Little St. James Place, but it was popularly dubbed sexually violent by our political leaders.
Hey guys, I have more stuff if you want to hold them up while you're sitting here. I got a few here, look.
Jeffrey Epstein only ended up with, I think, a year and a half after having a getaway for the rich.
So let me
Bill
just turn this
Clinton
around,
illegally
guys.
rode on
Hey, Shirley,
the
thank you.
Lolita Express, which was his plane,
So we
about 5 or 6 times without the CIA.
Here we are.
Illegal, but the worst part is that there was 13 and 14-year-old girls on there. They weren't just bringing them cocktails. This is something that's been going on. The girls on the island.
It's about 6 of us. We're many, but we're plenty.
About 20. So this guy is pretty bad. And
so guys, I'm gonna go hand out some more flyers.
Basically telling us what we need to hear and see. Understand how people still follow mass media when we know all through history the mass
media handing out
has always been distorted.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was my buddy's idea.
George Bush admitted that he writes the media. He writes the